Brought to you by the Southpaw Platform. In the United States, policing has reached a breaking point, and every year thousands of lives are altered, hundreds of families are shattered, and billions of dollars are spent trying to repair a system that keeps repeating its own mistakes. According to Campaign Zero, more than 1,365 people were killed by law enforcement in 2024, the deadliest year ever recorded, which is roughly one person every 6.5 hours. Across the previous decade, the yearly average was about 1,147 deaths, far higher than in any other developed nation. And in a single representative year, roughly 350,000 Americans reported experiencing physical force from police. Black residents experience the use of force at a rate more than 3 times higher than white residents, and the Department of Justice estimates that about 1 in 5 Black Americans aged 16 or older has been threatened or physically handled by police during their most recent encounter. While violence rises, accountability remains rare, and in a typical year the federal government prosecutes fewer than 50 officers for excessive force violations out of more than 184,000 criminal cases, meaning most incidents never reach a courtroom. The Government Accountability Office confirmed that from 2016 through 2020, the Department of Justice failed to publish the annual summary data on excessive force that Congress requires. City budgets keep paying the price, with the 25 largest U.S. police departments paying more than $3 billion in misconduct settlements over the past decade. New York City alone spent about $205 million in 2024, and Chicago paid roughly $74 million that same year. Across 10 years, more than 7,000 officers from major departments were linked to repeated misconduct payouts totaling more than $1.5 billion, showing how a small fraction can generate an outsized share of the harm. Training standards are equally uneven, with the Bureau of Justice Statistics reporting that state and local academies require on average only 806 hours of basic instruction, about 20 weeks, and some states set the minimum as low as 646 hours. By comparison, officers in Norway and Finland complete between 4,000 and 4,500 hours of education before receiving a badge, which helps explain why America's outcomes look the way they do. Research shows that 4 to 12% of officers generate between 20 and 40% of all complaints within a department, yet fewer than 10% of those complaints ever lead to discipline. Public trust erodes, with Gallup and Pew surveys finding confidence in policing at record lows, and many citizens now fear the traffic stop that was once routine while others avoid calling for help at all. Billions of tax dollars, thousands of lives, and a widening divide between the people and those sworn to protect them are not random failures, they are symptoms of a system built on enforcement instead of accountability. Something new must replace it, something data-driven, transparent, and humane, a system that rewards restraint, not aggression. That system begins with oversight, and that oversight begins with the Guardian Initiative. The Guardian Initiative begins where the old system breaks down, with independent, continuous oversight designed as a federally chartered office structured like the Environmental Protection Agency but dedicated to human rights and law enforcement accountability. It does not answer to city halls or police unions, it answers to Congress and to the public, with every complaint, audit report, and training record public by default. Transparency is not optional, it is the law, and inside this new agency a specialized branch known as the Mystery Shopper program operates quietly but powerfully. Its mission is simple: test the system from the inside, measure conduct in real time, and feed that data back into national reform. Across the country, plainclothes auditors drive unmarked vehicles, obeying every traffic rule until an officer stops them for a random check, a light out, or a routine infraction. The stop looks ordinary, but it is an audit in progress, and each auditor carries certification, body camera equipment, and a standardized rubric. Did the officer identify themselves and explain the reason for the stop, and was their tone professional with calm body language? Did they respect the driver's rights, check for safety without escalation, and de-escalate when tension rose? Because every detail is recorded, coded, and scored. Those scores create a national performance map, a living database showing which departments excel and which need urgent correction. The program operates under strict guardrails, civilian oversight, clear legal authority for staged stops, and privacy protections for bystanders, because auditors never provoke, they observe, they test, and they measure. When an officer fails, the consequences follow a transparent 3-strike model where the first failure triggers immediate retraining and temporary removal from duty. The second requires extended re-education and full reassessment before returning to the field, and the third ends employment permanently. If the violation involves excessive force or discrimination, criminal charges can occur even after the first strike, because accountability is based on harm, not on how many chances someone has already used. Everything, from audit videos to training reports, is publicly available, because in the Guardian Initiative the people are the boss. Funding comes from reallocation of the national defense budget, because for a fraction of what the country spends overseas each year, America can protect its citizens at home not through more weapons, but through better wisdom. The Mystery Shopper program launches first in Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago, then expands outward until every state, county, and township operates under the same standards of truth and transparency. To keep the system honest, auditors rotate constantly and never stay in one jurisdiction long enough to be recognized, moving from California to Texas to Maine so anonymity guarantees authenticity. Their data flows upward to a federal analytics team that monitors national performance and identifies patterns before crises occur, and every quarter anonymized results are published online for anyone to see. This first phase changes the question forever, from what happened after the tragedy to why it happened in the first place and how to stop it from repeating. But oversight alone is not enough, because observation can fix behavior while evolution fixes the system itself. From the evidence gathered by the Mystery Shopper program, a new profession emerges, an evolution of policing designed not for domination but for guidance. They are called community guardian specialists, and they exist to make restraint, clarity, and humanity the default outcome. Each guardian is the embodiment of the new standard: intellect over intimidation and empathy over enforcement, protectors of peace rather than soldiers of order. Their education rivals the nation's best universities, with 4 years of medical science, law, psychology, and crisis response alongside paramedics, social workers, and attorneys. Unlike traditional officers, guardians never carry lethal weapons, and instead they use advanced non-lethal tools, instant response sensors, drones, and systems that automatically record every encounter for public review. Their uniforms are white, futuristic, and unthreatening, and their identification and live streaming tech are designed for openness, not authority theater. The Guardian rank structure rewards mastery, not seniority, with rank 1 earning $100,000 per year and rank 2 earning $175,000 for higher risk specialization. Rank 3 earns $250,000 to lead training and crisis coordination, and rank 4 chief guardians earn $400,000 as the integrity backbone across entire regions. Their funding still comes from a rebalanced military budget, because every dollar once spent on foreign conflict can be redirected into protecting peace at home. Their moral code is simple: always show respect to everyone, in every situation, and if they wake up angry or exhausted, they stay home. Transitioning to this new system happens in phases, so reform does not create chaos. In Phase 1, Guardians respond alongside existing officers and take command during serious incidents. Then in Phase 2 they assume majority responsibility for high-risk calls involving violence, mental health, or community danger. By Phase 3, traditional policing is phased out entirely, leaving only guardians in the field, calm, trained, and accountable to the people they serve. Even old system officers can apply to transfer, but only with a flawless record, because one mark of misconduct disqualifies them. Congress oversees it, the public shapes it, and every strike, retraining, success, and failure is visible online, making accountability the system's heartbeat instead of an afterthought. As guardians replace enforcers, crime drops not because of fear, but because of faith that justice no longer hides behind power. When the old system gives way, the world does not erupt, it exhales, and cities that once trembled at sirens begin to sleep through the night. Streets fill again with music, children, and light, while the national data dashboard shows incidents resolved without injury climbing and public trust rising for the first time in living memory. Guardians move through neighborhoods not as strangers but as mentors, teaching conflict resolution in schools, running first aid workshops, and responding to crises with medics and counselors at their side. Because lethal force is gone, every confrontation begins with time to speak, time to breathe, and time to remember that both people want to live. Technology makes the relationship transparent, with badges that live stream to the cloud and tools that let citizens review interactions, leave feedback, and see the correction that follows. Accountability becomes automatic, and the system learns in public instead of hiding its failures. Education pipelines feed directly into Guardian academies, so students can apprentice into law, medicine, or social work and graduate into public safety service instead of prison or debt. The nation redefines heroism as discipline and understanding, and other countries come to study how an armed society disarmed its own system without collapse. The economy shifts too, because every billion once spent settling misconduct suits becomes funding for community renewal, and empty precincts become libraries, training centers, and shelters. Taxpayers save billions, citizens gain hope, and the data keeps whispering the same truth: humanity does not need more control, it needs better guardians. The guardians still make mistakes because they are human, but their errors are visible, their corrections are immediate, and their intentions are accountable, breaking the cycle of secrecy that poisoned the old system. Someday a child will ask why police once carried guns, and their parent will have to pause to remember. Protection will finally mean what it always should have meant, the defense of life, not the demand for obedience. This is what it looks like when oversight becomes integrity and empathy becomes infrastructure, when a nation chooses courage over fear and builds public safety around the value of a human life. This is the Guardian Initiative. A promise kept, a future earned, and a world reborn in the quiet power of peace. I'm Ryan Guerrero, and I'm running for California's 18th Congressional District. I approve this message.